It has been a while since we've been here to Universal Studios, but we are here today because there's a lot going on, a lot more construction updates, some new merchandise. We have things closing, things opening. There's a lot happening here, so let's head inside and go explore everything that's going on between Universal and Islands of Adventure. It has been a while since we've seen an empty corridor here where we've had like medallions. The music is no longer themed to anything related to either HHN or Mardi Gras. Right now, this is just like normal Universal music as we're coming in. The park has no events going on at this moment. They just did Grad Bash like last weekend or 2 weekends ago, but not really like a long-term thing happening. As we are walking into the park, there's already an update here. This turnstile to get in is actually under construction, and I believe it's meant to look like this, but if you look at the roof, look at the roofing on this one and look how kind of like just rusted over and weird it is. It needs a lot of work. This one seems to have new roofing, so it looks like they did some clean updates over here. This should probably be here, I would assume, in the next few weeks, at least from up top. It looks like it's pretty much finalized. Look at this, we have a new food booth coming here. Or I should say a food stand. This is going to be a permanent spot right as you come into the park. And right on the other side of this are some more huge updates for this Minions Land that's coming in. So Despicable Me has, it looks like, some new facade work coming in. And I don't really know what that's going to be, or it's getting kind of touched up maybe. But you could see some of the scrim, and that's a darker scrim. They've been using that blue scrim that you see way down there. But they are doing some work here on Despicable Me. And then for VillainCon, there has been a lot of updates since we've been here about 3-ish weeks ago or so. So we've kind of been keeping updates on VillainCon, and you can see everything looks to be kind of the same on the actual display there, kind of where you're going to be walking in. As you can see, the Express Pass and then the standby line right there. But this is what's been brand new, coming in and getting final touches on. So you see like the VillainCon written right there, so much fun, it's a crime. And then you have the Vicious 6 up there. So it is on the other side, which I'll show you in a second. But there is a lot of updates that have been put in here. And you can see it says Universal Studios welcomes Vicious 6. So they have like the Universal sign as if they're kind of giving them their own little area here to kind of run over, you know? I mean, they're kind of integrating the villains with Universal. That's kind of fun right here. So you can see all of them up here. And like I said, I'll show you around the corner. But yeah, very freshly painted facade work going up. You can see something right here. Let me see if I can see what that says. Like underneath, see what I'm talking about? There's like a sign right there. Let's see if I can read that. Whatever that sign says, we can't see. I'll put a photo up. If you guys have any idea what you think that says, let me know. It almost looks like it says something with like Hazard or Draft or Pratt. I don't know. I'm gonna put a photo on the screen. If you guys have any thoughts, let me know. I don't want to stand on any of the like the benches and try and look in because I think that's like weird. But there is something written there. But either way, this is all coming together. I still think this will be sometime, maybe not May, but I do think this will be open by June. I guess I don't know what the inside's looking like. Let's go take a look at Minions Cafe that's getting put in right over here. Here is some more of the Minions Cafe area. So you can see kind of along this little strip. This is right between, you have Transformers back there, and then you have the VillainCon ride right next to us. But this is like, I don't know, like a little alley of what looks like it would be restaurants, but I think this is all going to be the Minions Cafe there. Also, I think that they painted that back, right? Was that blue?
Blue? I don't think that was blue.
No, I don't think so. So I think that is freshly painted too, that light blue color. And it makes sense because if you look at the Transformers building, it's kind of like this dark gray. It's meant to be.
Not go with the Transformers building.
Right? It's like it's very contrasting right now because you have this hard line. So we'll see kind of if they integrate that at all or if they're going to merge and do some sort of integration. I don't know. But either way, there is a lot of work going on to this facade work. Looking at the Minions Cafe, this makes it look like they're a little farther out. But either way, there's a lot happening here. And then I'll show you what we've already seen up on this wall. We don't have as much access right now to kind of go to our left because they've been cutting more and more of the walk path off. But those are the posters that we've seen for quite a while now. So those have been up for, I feel like, months at this point. But the rest of this is all new. Like this is like freshly painted. Look at how fresh this looks. I feel like you could touch it and still get like orange on you. Oh, look at this. They need to do some touch-up work down here. Do you see that? You can see like the orange under the gray. They're gonna have to do another few passes. Or like up in the corner there, there's definitely some work that needs to be touched up. But overall, it's very, very fresh looking. The evil stuff. Oh yeah, huge updates here. It says, you know, it does say summer 2023, and technically summer's right around the corner. Somebody's like hammering or something on the other side of this wall. I just heard them banging. Are they? Oh yeah, you can see them behind the scrim. They're actually doing work up there. Can you guys see them? There is work being done. They are working on this. Gosh, this is a big building. If this is all literally just like one like restaurant or whatever, this is gonna be massive. Oh, look at this. They're actually all just like right here working. Big updates, big updates. There's a full crew in there. There's like 10 people inside. They're lifting something. I bet you if I come back here in about a week, we would find a lot more done to this top facade work. Looks like he's using like glue or something up there. But yep, here we go. Here's a good shot of that contrast between the blue background that they have here for the Minion stuff and then the Transformers ride over there. I mean, look at the, like, that is a harsh difference in coloring. So I don't know if they're gonna have a way to merge that or if they're just gonna kind of leave it. But here's a little bit more of the side of the work here. Again, very, very big facility here that's going in. And yeah, I'm definitely excited to see kind of what this looks like. And even like the next 2 or 3 weeks, I bet you we start to see some of the scrim start to come down as they finalize the top of that. Also, it is starting to rain, so I'm going to have to put the cover on my camera. 1 second. Something I actually want to know is, when do they plan on starting the maintenance on Rip Ride? Because this ride shakes you up, but they've been talking about doing maintenance on this thing and like closing it down, and I think they're retracking or something. But they've been talking about it, I feel like, for years, and then they really got serious about it just a few months ago, but there's still no timeline for it. So I don't know what the plans are. Maybe next year, maybe they don't want to have any sort of downtime this year for 2023. I don't really know, but right now, I mean, there's no signs and nothing's pointing to any type of closure happening at Rip Ride Rocket. Here is a new food booth here just across from Jimmy Fallon. This is 57 fare. Let's go take a look at the menu. This is pretty new. This has only been open, I think, like a month or so. And here you go. So hot fare. They have the calzone, pizza slices, some snacks. They have chips, desserts. They have Italian ice push-up, a gelato cup. Obviously your standard beverages. The chilled eats, you have a romaine Caesar salad, a mini apple streusel mousse, and then just a straight up apple for $2.39. You know, I will say apples are kind of expensive right now, so I guess maybe that's not horrible. But look at that. You get kind of like maybe like subway systems or like train tracks. So yeah, here's 57 fare, and here are some of the items here. Yeah, look at that's the apple streusel mousse. It's supposed to look like an apple on top. There's the calzones and the pizza. Here's your romaine salad. Those are your apples, individually wrapped. It smells heavily like pizza in here, I'm not gonna lie to you, so maybe their pizza's pretty good. They still have the removed like switchbacks out front here, and this has been gone for a little while now. So I wonder what's happening here. Some people were thinking they were potentially gonna bring back the tribute store over here by the Mummy. I don't think that's gonna be the case though. I actually think they're gonna keep it where it was. Oh, and the Mummy people are scaring people off. So that guy right there in the blue shirt, he was wearing a Halloween Horror Nights shirt, and he had like his little badge on. So right behind us, I'm gonna show you something. So normally, I don't know if that like black scrim stuff is only for HHN or if they always have that there, but that definitely is part of the queue line for whatever house ends up going over here at Fast and Furious. And from what I heard, when you go inside of the Fast and Furious queue, they're actually routing you kind of around some of it, because from what I've been hearing, they're starting to set up some of the queue and some of the stuff already for HHN. So that guy that I just saw wearing his HHN shirt might have been doing some work over here. We'll keep you updated. It's a little early for Halloween Horror Nights, but you're starting to see speculation maps. You're starting to hear about it. Obviously, they already have some merchandise, so make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel with that bell notification on so you can see anytime we do those HHN updates in the future. out here on the lagoon, you could see that there's a lot of like platform work over there, which makes me think that they are starting to assemble some sort of a nighttime show. So I'm gonna guess sometime in the coming weeks, maybe, or maybe in the, maybe the coming months, we'll start to hear about a new nighttime show that's gonna be out here on the lagoon, because they did shut down the last one probably almost 2 months ago now. And I know that it was damaged for the Halloween event. But you can see out there, look at all those platforms. So they're definitely setting up to be able to work out on the water there. And again, we'll keep you updated with what's going on. But like I said, there are a lot of things happening here at Universal Studios right now. And I think by the end of 23, you're going to see a lot of things open, a lot of new attractions, a lot of new just things to experience here in the park. And I mean, just even look across the way, you guys can see over there in Simpsons, they still have walls happening over at Simpsons because they're just doing updates everywhere. There are updates every which way at Universal Studios, and we haven't even gotten over to Island Side yet. All right, here we go. Here is our sandwich that we decided to go with, which is again a hot turkey sandwich. It looks like it has some bacon, some cheese. Looks like a little potato salad, a few fruits here, so that's nice. And then we actually did end up going with a caramel cheesecake. We've had a fantastic caramel cheesecake at a place called Ovation Bistro. We will do a food review for you eventually there. It's over in Davenport, Florida, just about 20 minutes from Disney World. But they have a fantastic cheesecake over there, caramel cheesecake specifically. And we figured, why not compare and see how this one turns out. So we're gonna go ahead, try this stuff, we'll let you know what we think. I guess I should point out immediately, the cheese, as you can see, is like not even on the sandwich. The hot turkey looks to be a little lackluster as far as amount goes. And then you have the bacon here. Maybe Universal was hearing that we were gonna say something a little negative and they blasted this music right in time. But yeah, that's a little unfortunate that the setup doesn't look great. It smells good, I'll say that. And it looks a little small. About $14, $15 after tax for this though. But it just doesn't look like you get a whole lot here. So that is a negative, I'm gonna say that right off the bat. Flavor will go a long way if this is good, so let's try it now. All right, we kind of reassembled the sandwich here. Thinky and Sinky. Strong bacon flavor, I'll say that. But the sandwich is actually pretty good. I like that, I'll give them credit. A little pricey because it's like $13.50, I think. You do get a little bit of extra stuff, but again, $13.50 for a pretty small sandwich, like let's be honest, it's pretty expensive. You do get your AP discount, that's fine. The meat is a little less than I'd like. I think I would prefer to have, a little bit more of that turkey. Overall, the flavor's good. Nicole, what are your thoughts?
I like it a lot. And I was telling Dylan, it reminds me a lot of like a Dunkin' Donuts sandwich they had back in the day, which I was a fan of. Could use more meat for the price, but good.
All right, now that we have finished up our sandwich over there, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the caramel cheesecake. All right, here we go. Little dink and sink. That's not bad, actually.
I think I want a cooler,
Yep.
but it's good.
It was my original, it was the fun thing I was gonna say. I like the flavor, everything seems good. It's just a little too close to room temperature. You put this in the fridge, really make it chilled. This is actually really solid. Not bad for theme park cheesecake. Props to Universal. I literally cannot reiterate enough how good the snacks at Universal compared to Disney are. Food-wise, both are hit or miss. Sometimes they both have like really good food. Sometimes they both have just crap food, if I'm being honest with you. I will say the treats here at Universal are like almost always top notch. At Disney, sometimes you get some really good treats and sometimes they're pretty bad. But Universal's really dang consistent with their treats. Like I said, that cheesecake was good. We've had cakes from here just in general. Cupcakes, they're good. Their cookies are good. They're like little pudding things. Like just like everything I feel like they've got here when it comes to a treat, that type of snack, it's just like always good. I don't know. Props to Universal again. Again, that's my personal opinion. People may feel differently, but I love their treats here. Something very unique is happening over here at Diagon Alley. I'm gonna go talk about it real quick. It's not here yet, but it is in the process, I believe. So right behind me is Escape from Gringotts, and the rumor right now is that they are removing the 3D visual effects from this ride, and I kind of understand it. A lot of people kind of tend to lose their glasses on it. It doesn't bring that much to it, but there are a few scenes that I think actually without the 3D glasses are going to be ruined. So I don't know if they're going to start to implement some sort of structure where they bring in more physical elements, or if they kind of do more projection based, or how they're going to end up doing that. But at the end of the day, from what I'm hearing, they are removing 3D from Escape from Gringotts. Nicole and I were kind of just discussing how even the crowds outside of Diagon Alley aren't too bad, but once you're inside here, I mean, look at how slammed this little alleyway is. This is to get in to the Florian ice cream shop here, and just like everyone is so enamored by everything back here, and rightfully so. I mean, they did a great job with everything in the Harry Potter land on both parks, but it's just insane the crowd levels that you see back anything pertaining to Harry Potter. It is still much more crowded back here than it almost ever is outside in the normal park. And I know that there's a lot more room, but I mean, just population density of this area is always insane. And like we always do when we come to Universal, Nicole and I need to go compete on Men in Black, see who can come out on top. Nicole has yet to beat me. She's been close a few times, but I do feel like I'm pretty good at this one. I'm not gonna lie to you. This one it's kind of in my wheelhouse, but it's been a few weeks, so this might be an opportunity for you to take the cake.
Nicole might be close to beating you if you subtract like 200,000 from your score.
Well, I feel like you always
get the bonus.
I was just say it's when you get the bonus that you come up there. So we'll see. Here we go. Stand it up. Oh, we got right on top and bottom. All right, we have just finished over on Men in Black. It was not my best run. I think I had about 290,000. Nicole had about 135,000, so we did okay. But again, we've had better. But we've been kind of delaying until 4 o'clock so that way we could use our express pass with our annual passes. So we just got that. That's kind of why we weren't doing anything yet. But now that it is after 4, we are just going to start knocking out some rides and exploring here. But we're going to do a few more things here at Universal Studios side, and then we're going to hop over to Islands of Adventure and kind of finish up over there, where we are looking to pick up the new popcorn bucket, which we'll show to you guys here in just a little bit, and then also check on Poseidon's Fury and see what's going on over there as it starts to come to a close. We are officially raining. We are under the umbrella now, which kind of sucks, but we are kind of coming up again to summer, which means these rainstorms tend to happen. But this entire week, let's be honest, this entire week we've been having insane rain. We were trying to head over to Islands of Adventure right now, but I don't know, we might need to take a pit stop. But do you guys see out there the storms that are coming in? Let me zoom in over there. Look at that. We are getting some storms heading this way. And we've been lucky with just like a few little sprinkles, but I think we're about to get some serious rain. We came in over here by like the Betty Boop store by the front of the park, and just as we get out of the rain, but look at some SpongeBob merch going on here. There's 3 lounge flies right now. You have the one with the pineapple, one with just SpongeBob, and then you get SpongeBob and Patrick jellyfishing over there. Oh, there's the SpongeBob skull pants too. But they do have a little bit of merchandise for SpongeBob, and then right next to it, look at some of this Harry Potter merch. I haven't seen this lounge fly before. It's like the owl, and I'm sure it's been around, but it's like the owl there. You've got the bag. You have like a little backpack with him. It's kind of nice. I think they were kind of redoing this store quite a bit. Oh yeah, look at all this over here too. There's quite a bit of merch in here. Also over here you have some ET merch, right? And then you have Hello Kitty wearing ET merch. But look at this. You have an ET shirt touching fingers with Hello Kitty. So they're doing a little crossover here. That's kind of funny. Or right here, you have Hello Kitty and a bike with ET in the front. It's pretty awesome. I'm just realizing it's everything in here with Hello Kitty. Here's Jaws and Hello Kitty. Right next to it is Back to the Future with Hello Kitty. Over here is Jurassic Park with Hello Kitty. It's all coming together now. Oh wait, look at...
I I've seen that one before. I think I showed you that.
Have you really?
Yeah, isn't that cool?
What?
It's a cool bag.
That is a cool bag. Why do you not have this bag? It looks big too.
It does look big. I was like, I'm fit in the locker.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of Jurassic Park, let me go around the corner and show you something. But before we do, here's Hello Kitty in a Jurassic Park outfit. Well, we may not be showing you what I was looking to originally, because it is pouring right now. This is what we are dealing with right now. 74 degrees with some severe weather storm warnings. It says till 10 p.m., but I don't know if that's gonna be the case, because you can see down there, it looks like we're gonna be losing out some of this storm here in about the next 40 minutes. We are waiting this out just for a minute here. And just like that, the rain is gone. Look at this, the Brown Derby Hat Shop is back open. I feel like this hasn't happened in quite a while, featuring children's plush apparel and toys. Oh, look at this. Do you see this, Nicole?
Oh,
It's the popcorn bucket. Here it is. We were gonna pick this up at Islands, but they sell it right here. Oh yeah, look at this over here. They have some Toothless merch, some How to Train Your Dragon, some more SpongeBob. It looks like it kind of turned into like a kid's store over here, really, because you're like kids flip-flops, some SpongeBob things. Looks like you have Secret Life of Pets over there. Let's see, you have some Simpsons, E.T. It's all kids stuff though, as far as like sizing goes. And then you have like some plushes and whatnot. Very interesting, wow. All right, so yeah, this is open for right now. But we do want to get this right here. So it's the popcorn bucket, and then it also gives you the first refill, or the first fill technically, for free, because you don't get any inside of here, but we'll show you him when we do pick him up. All right, so I'm going to show you really quick. Oh, I'm getting hit with rain or thick water. I'm going to show you the tribute store here. There's nothing happening yet, but again, what's coming is Jurassic Park. I don't know how they're going to fill up all of the rooms with Jurassic Park, but I am looking forward to it because Jurassic Park's a pretty awesome series. Obviously, you have Velocicoaster and everything over there. And yeah, so let's see if we can see. Oh my gosh, the windows are all fogged up. Holy cow. Here is your one teaser. I know it's weird, but it's the ladle, and it's referencing the Velociraptor scene, I believe, from Jurassic Park. But here it is. This is, again, the tribute store that they have now swapped locations to. Over here, Hollywood Chamber of Commerce. So the lights are on in there right now. I wonder if they're starting to put things together. It is pretty walled off. You can't see anything. But I bet you they're doing some work in there. I don't know when this is going to open, but I imagine probably a few weeks at least, maybe mid-May or end of May. Now that we have taken a look at that, again, we are going to skip Rip Ride for today because obviously we don't know when it's going to come up with the weather. So we're going to head over towards Island Side, see what's happening over there. We didn't pick up the popcorn bucket yet either because it won't fit in a small locker. Everything that we bring to the parks currently fits in a small locker. So we're probably going to pick it up in a little while towards the end of the night. And yeah, I mean, it's just a cute piece, honestly. It's a nice little, again, display piece, even if you don't want it as a popcorn bucket. I feel like that's how so many of these popcorn buckets are anymore. People just want them as a display piece. And what's nice about this one, we'll show you, but the sides actually fold in, so you don't have these pieces that like connect to the lanyard piece. So ultimately you can put it on display and it doesn't look like this weird popcorn buckety thing where like you got these holes just sticking off the side. So pretty nice setup that is there. And like I said, we'll kind of walk it through, you know, the entire thing when we end up picking it up. All right, we have made it to Islands of Adventure. I want to give another praise to Universal. They started wiping down the finger scanners when you're coming in. I was noticing that as you come into the parks, both at Disney and Universal, you could start to like see the gunk of like residue from people's fingerprints kind of coming up on there. And I was noticing at Universal, we were having a hard time sometimes getting our fingerprints read. They'd be like, oh, try again, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And now that they've started cleaning them, we've gotten in like immediately, and they clean after each group. So good job on being clean, Universal. So we did see a lot of cheerleaders walking around today so far. And apparently there's some sort of event going on, but right behind there, look at this. And I don't know what this is for. I don't know if this pertains to the cheerleaders or if they're doing some sort of announcement or something here, but there is some setup. So we're gonna try and keep our eyes out here over the next few weeks. If this turns into something where they decide to make either some announcements or whatever. You could see with the little compass there, obviously, maybe they're announcing a new land, right? Maybe Poseidon's Fury, you know, I don't know. I'm just spitballing. Here's a small little update Nicole just pointed out. I wasn't even paying attention. All the tables with the umbrellas on them are all missing from the green eggs and ham booth here. So this is bizarre. I don't know if they're planning on just cleaning it or what, but they are not here. There is still some seating, by the way, along the wall. That's like permanent seating over there. But just so you know, no seating over here right now. Also, as we're heading this direction, take a look at the water. I think they dyed the water just a few weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago now at this point. But you could tell it's a lot more of this aqua blue. It was kind of getting a little murky, but they have since then dyed the water so it's looking nice and crisp for summer. And here we are, Poseidon's Fury. And I bet you'll start to see this line start to creep up a little bit more in the next week or so. But this is closed, I believe May 9th, I believe is the closing date. And you can see right here, Poseidon's Fury. And one of the biggest rumors is Zelda. A lot of people are talking, I think it's going to become Zelda. I think it's going to become something Nintendo-based. And I could see it. I 100% could see it. I just don't know. I don't want to make any speculations because it's definitely people just chattering and coming up with what they feel would fit here and what they want to see here. What's happening at Universal Creative is an entire different story. However, if you look at it, Zelda's very much this kind of architecture. You know, you've got a lot of the stonework, the big temples and the buildings. For anybody that's played the game, you could kind of see it. You know, this whole area kind of gives you that kind of wild, you know, I want to say like adventurous feel. So, you know, much like in the Zelda games, you're kind of going through different areas. You can kind of give it a little bit more water, maybe a little bit of fire, some stone. So, I don't know. We'll definitely see, and we'll keep you updated, but I don't really know what they'll do. And then, like, what do you do with, like, Mythos here, right? I mean, they try and tell you every time you walk by, this is the world's best theme park restaurant. So what do you do with this? Do you retheme it? Do you rename it? I mean, do you just leave it and just let it kind of fit its way in? So my guess is over the next year or so, we're going to start to hear a lot about what's happening over here in the Lost Continent. I think we're going to get a retheme. I think we're going to get some rides, some attraction announcements. And again, we will be here when all of that is going down. But just so you know, I would keep an eye out. This entire area may be completely different in the next few years and potentially in the next year or two before Epic Universe. Here are some commemorative shirts for the ride, by the way. So this is kind of that old school style. So you could see that is the May 9th, like I had mentioned. So this is a shirt if you guys are interested. I don't know how long they're going to have these in stock, but they kind of give you that classic look to it. You could see it's like burning, kind of maybe part of the ride, kind of part of, you know, it's going up in flames, it's leaving. However you kind of want to interpret it, let that be heard. But this is it. And yeah, so if you guys want a shirt that kind of remembers the Poseidon's Fury, now's the time to get it. I really don't know how long they're going to keep them in stock. Now, just so you guys are aware, Treasures of Poseidon is the only store that is selling these Poseidon shirts. And on top of that, they are already sold out of large and extra large, and they just started selling them today. They said they're not sure if they're getting any more. They did kind of try to inquire about getting another set of them. However, you can get smalls, mediums, and then XXL and beyond. So if you guys wanted them, I am sorry if you are a large or XL, they do not have them at the moment. They said that they might be getting them again, and I mean, I could try and keep you guys updated, but just so you know, all they have right now are these smalls, XXLs, and beyond. All right, we did end up picking up 2 shirts, one for a friend, one for ourselves, and they told us as long as we keep the receipt, then if they end up getting another shipment, we can then exchange them out. So we're going to keep the receipt, keep everything kind of as is, and we're going to keep an eye on it. But because we have the receipt, we can come in and exchange for a different size. I'm probably closer to a large, so I think I'm going to just hold out. But at least I have a medium in the event that they do sell out and they don't bring anything back. But then also they were looking for an extra small and they only had a small, so we'll do some exchanging if need be. But for now, because the weather is kind of starting to kind of subside, we are heading over to Hagrid's to see if maybe the line kind of died down as everybody was kind of dodging the storms. Maybe we get lucky and find a little bit of a shorter queue, or everybody runs over there and we end up having an insane queue. All right, so the crowd is accumulating outside, which means that they are waiting for the weather, which could be a good sign. So I think we're actually gonna wait here, put our stuff away. Oh, what is he saying? Okay, well, he said it's a mystery something. Okay, so they're not allowing any forming of anything, so maybe we aren't. Maybe we'll go see if we can find some vegan butterbeer. All right, while we wait, we're actually gonna come over here to the Three Broomsticks, and we're gonna do a little sample of the butterbeer versus the non-dairy butterbeer and see if we can tell a difference and what our thoughts are. All right, well, it looks like Velocicoaster is the first group. The last one that came by was just an empty train, so they have officially loaded. Rides are back up and running right now, which is good news for us. All right, it has been about 30 minutes. We were actually just gonna cancel the order. We told them we've been waiting 30 minutes for butterbeer, and apparently they just said, yeah, we'll just go grab the order because it's literally just butterbeer. But just so you can see, there's like a yellow top to that, which is a little bizarre, so I'm a little nervous about it. I think that's the only difference between the two is literally just the topping. All right, we're going to do a taste test now that they're both mixed up, and we're gonna go ahead and see if she can tell the difference. Are you ready? So close your eyes.
Okay.
And do we do this one?
I'm not grabbing anything,
nope.
right?
Nope. Then we're gonna do here. Okay.
Open?
Yep. And drink. Okay. There we go. And now this one. Up. There you go.
I think
Oh.
they're both good.
Yeah.
So the second one was a little bit sour.
Sour. Okay.
But I don't know if the regular one is sour or the non-dairy one is sour. But the first one was more like butterscotchy.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with the second one was the non-dairy.
The second one was non-dairy? That is correct, yes.
The sour one.
And we are off of Hagrid's. Good ride. It's been a while. How long has it been since we've ridden Hagrid's?
Like a month and a half.
About a month and a half. That sounds accurate. Yeah, it's been a long time since we've ridden Hagrid's. We've been to Universal after the last time we've ridden it, and we have not ridden the ride. So it was a fun ride. There was a few warnings that we were potentially not going to be able to ride because we are getting some rain here a little bit, but we got on. As soon as we launched, we were like, cool, this is gonna finish. I'm blue actually right now, holy cow. You see this? I'm blue.
Wow.
I need to make a note also about the butterbeer. As I was drinking it in line, I could definitely taste a little bit of a different flavor there compared to the regular. So, I would say, if you're looking for that original butterbeer flavor, go with the original. It will suffice, the dairy-free version, but I was noticing a difference as I mixed it in and I was drinking it more and more. So, I have to revise my review just a little bit. It's still good, still tastes fine, but it is not the same. Not the same. I don't know. Well, either way, we are here at Velocicoaster. We're gonna use the restroom real quick and then hop in. We'll see you guys soon. What a great run. It felt so fast today. Also, there was no line for the front row, so we went ahead and did that. I just feel like if you can get front row, you might as well take it. And then when we got off, the line was insanely backed up. But it was fast today. I was coming out of my seat. Oh, it's been a while. So good, so good. Now, because it has gotten late, it is now 9 o'clock, the park is closed. We're going to go check for the popcorn bucket in here to see if we can find it. Otherwise, I think they sell it at the Universal store out front. But we at least want to get it, and again, we couldn't put it in lockers, so we really wanted to be able to take it home more so than anything. And very nice, they do sell them in here, so here are the popcorn buckets. All right, Nicole is actually going to kind of do a little walkthrough here for us. So first and foremost, the light on top. There are two modes. You have the just like always on, and then if you click it again, you're gonna get the pulsing lights. So the eyes kind of like pulse in and out, as you can see there. And then the ears actually move. They are maneuverable, so you can kind of bend them back and forth, which is always kind of fun. You do have the note there on his tail, so you can see he has the injured tail. So that's always nice that they add those little touches. On the back, you can actually wind up the wings, and we'll show you what that looks like. And they actually flap, so you can see the moving of the wings. A decently practical kind of popcorn bucket. So this is pretty nice. And then the last thing that we'll show you, we kind of have to pull it down just so we can kind of make sure that you guys can see that. So normally the strap here will attach for the popcorn bucket to hold the lanyard. So you have this little like lip. So if we turn it sideways a little bit, you guys can see this little piece sticking out. Well, everyone's like, oh, that looks like weird if you're putting it on a shelf. You can actually, Nicole can push it down for us. Thank you. And now look, you have a flat surface and there's nothing there. So it actually just turns into a decor piece. And that's huge because I feel like a lot of times with popcorn buckets, they have these weird straps and it just looks goofy and you know that there should be something there. So that's a real big plus, I think. We have sifted through and we found the one we are bringing home, made sure there was no scratches or scuffs, made sure everything works right. There is the little pin for the battery when the time comes. So obviously the lights aren't working at the moment, but here we go. This will be our toothless popcorn bucket and we plan on bringing it to Epic Universe. Obviously day one to go ride the How to Train Your Dragon ride over there. So right behind me here is the Great Movie Escape. It's an escape room here at Universal Studios City Walk. Now, if you guys want to see certain things like that, make sure you guys leave comments down below on any of the videos and just kind of be like, hey, you know, we'd like to see this or we'd like to see that. It helps kind of gauge what we do for future videos. We have plans to kind of do some rankings as far as like popcorn or food or rides, anything like that. So we kind of have some of that already in the works. But if you guys want to know, you know, potentially tips that you want to see, you want to see certain shows, you want to, again, get reviews on certain things, even restaurants. You have Anahitos right over here as well. If you guys want something specific, just leave a comment so that way we know that there's interest in it, because then at that point, we can then kind of tune, like I said, some of the videos to then give you some of those resources. I believe that's gonna do it for us here. We are actually over at the Cinemark. We're finally gonna go see the new Super Mario Bros. It's in about an hour, so we're gonna grab a little bit of food and then come watch the Super Mario Bros. Movie. We had really good seats actually for last minute. Also, with annual pass, $17 for 2 people. Like, I feel like you can't get that anymore at a movie theater. So, really good with Universal to give discounts for AP holders for the movies. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. There are a lot of updates happening here at Universal. We're gonna be here all of the time checking on what's happening, because I feel like week to week, things are going up, things are coming down, things are leaving, things are showing up. I think the next time we're coming here, we're doing some food review things. So make sure you guys are tuned in with that. So subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. Also, I don't do this very often, but I've been trying to be like really active with my Instagram. So I'll link that as well. Follow my Instagram if you guys want to see, like, I like to post as we do things. So if you kind of want to get like more like up to date, just like as we're in the park things, follow my Instagram. I try and get a little bit more active with it. So either way, we're getting out of here. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.